Hello, hi, how are you doing? What's up? Let's get in this motherfucker, please, today. Anyways, my name's Dell. Hi, I'm a streamer. I do cool things. If you want to come around, find me. But let's get into this real quickly. So, Anthony Calcellia. I did not create this. Oh, I'm just passing on the art. You know, feel recognized. Great dark story that leads on to the edge, poetic form, classic animation, rising and darker and modern twist on old Dr. Seuss animation. Hey! Then there's links to the person here, but oh, wait a second. Oh, does this have like the links pretty much to the person who did make this? Alright then. Fuck yeah. I'll link back the video and also have these links in the description so you can find the original. But let's see where we're going. You see where we're going, not growing. What the fuck is wrong with my pronunciation? Ew. Okay, so very much cartoony style, not anything anime based or realism to an extent. The angles are a
There's a
little
man
bit
in the woods.
protracted. What?
What a spectacle.
Is he talking to the audience? And if so, what? Also, how big is this fucker? Hold, hold the fuck up. My sense of scale here got twisted. What the fuck?
There's a man in the woods. What a spectacle. Before the story started, this school was still respectable. My students used to skip down the hill to the honeysuckle, pluck a couple, and collect their nectar till they picked their fill. Except one obnoxious kid, Sid, who just watched them eat the flowers while he seethed and scowled because he couldn't bear to share his sweet treats throughout our recess hour.
So, what you're telling me is Sid needs to get his ass the fuck out the way because how you gonna be a dick? Like, you a fucking elementary schooler, man. You ain't. Actually, hold on. He may be actually dealing with some shit. I ain't gonna say, like, you ain't seen this yet. And then who knows? We're like 50 seconds into this motherfucking animation, and I could be completely wrong. And Sid's just living the most traumatized possible life. He's like, nah, fuck y'all. I need something to chill out. But no, principal man, help discipline and or correct what the fuck's wrong with Sid.
I remember Sid saying, "There's a man in the woods." That's how the rumors began. Of course, Sid had spotted him first. The poor kids. He got him immersed in his spiel about a serial killer whose gun barrel glint hints at peril. A visit to the nurse, or worse, a hearse, waiting just beyond the dale. The children saw him everywhere. "Look, over there. That man had Batman ears. We swear. And crazy yellow eyes. We saw something rusty. His shotgun."
Sorry, I'm just like, I'm looking at this, and I'm probably like, oh, it's gonna be a horror movie situation where you don't know, but it is actually really telling that yeah, no, these are children. Of course, everyone's gonna have a different story, a different telling, a different idea. So going back through all these different variations, it's actually really fucking good. Because at first I thought we were just looking at two different eyes, but then I realized it's like a balaclava across his face, which apparently makes perfect sense. But Batman, of course, again another good reference for as well with kids, because hi, when you write kids in fucking any story, don't forget kids make sense, but they don't make sense because kids make sense when you see through the eyes of children, but they do not make sense through the eyes of an adult because we have more experience to understand what we are talking about. And the reason why they have such a hard time conveying this to us is because we're looking at this from a point of view where we're looking at them and saying, no, you don't have everything in your purview. But instead, if you want to see through the eyes of a child, you limit your purview to what they know so that you can understand them. And the hardest part about writing children as a writer is literally just going, hey, I need to limit what I see and think of to a child within a fictional setting that I have created. And what could they have possibly known? Sorry, I'm rambling about bullshit. Anyways, let's like this.
"We saw something rusty. His shotgun? It must be. I saw a lady's severed thigh." Trust me, every word I heard was absurd. Yet each day, Sid would stray down way past the playground. Who else was brave enough to save us from the killer's next plot?
Yeah, no, that would actually make me question if this was true. Because like at first I'd be like, yeah, let's get the fucking children away from you. Because kids see something weird, I ain't gonna chance that shit. But the kid who started the rumor, the sightings still go down there. I don't know. Yo ass is sneaky.
The rest of the lot would stop back at the blacktop, sure that any closer they were bound to be found deep in the woods, left to rot. I pleaded for the kids to think and learn to be mature, but after a few more rumors doomed my attempts to prove the school was secure, their fear was undeterred, and when the buses drove them all home, the parents finally heard. Everything just blew up. I received a wall of emails and calls full of shrieks, wails, and all from terrified families who'd heard word of the murderer and didn't like my lack of action at all. What was I?
That's actually fucked up. Because like you could obviously tell that hey, this kid's just started some bullshit, but at the same time, yeah, no, parents definitely would still trip. There's no
supposed
way
to
they
do?
wouldn't.
Comb the whole forest? Yeah, right. Would you? That means I didn't care? That's not fair. The stories that were you weren't true. Of course I would feel regret had there been a real threat and I ignored it, and some poor kid got kidnapped while the kids were napping. But you couldn't admit that your good little kid would formulate a fib so he ignored what I said. Your little
I do love the fucking rap, like riddling off of fucking words here. That it's not a rap; it's an aggressive slam poetry, but still, I love this. Thank you. Also, the actual art itself. I'm noticing how they do their lighting and how they're getting into their colors. Most rooms and areas stay with one isolated color palette, and then there's things that break it. That's neat.
little angels could never cook up such incredible creations? An overactive imagination maybe, but my kid could never lie. How dare I? Accuse a child of being dishonest? Just monstrous. The parents were displeased, and when the PTA took action, they dismissed me from the classroom. Like they knew what was best for their kids. Do you know how difficult it is to get a job when a bitter mom slanders your rep with child neglect from the outside?
Oh, fuck. He's about to become the man in the woods. Oh, fuck. I just realized where this is going.
Set. Now who's in control of your classes? Single file lines? Single file lines. Little vile swine, a killer by the pines. Really? Are you blind? Will you find your spines? Sid, a child decides to fill our minds with lies, and the next thing you see is people treating me like I'm committing crimes. I was in my prime. Those kids were lucky to have me. Do you see what you did? But I can play along. I can be good. Do you hear that, Sid? There's a man in the woods.
Sorry, I just had to. But like, fuck. Yeah, no, Sid, you got done dirty, but like, fate did your ass dirty. Uh, uh, nice, dope as hell. Anyways, links will be in the description. Go down and support. Um, I've been told, and I need to start promoting myself more. If you want to find me different places, I have a link tree down there. I have multiple podcasts on Spotify, and one of them will start dropping soon. Right? Funny enough, this is actually really cool. Some Try Disillusion. I run a campaign every Saturday on Twitch, and it's dope. Yeah. I think we're on like what session 16, but session 1 will start dropping on YouTube. I think in the next few days of recording. Had to take a drink of my water. Besides that, I do 3D animation, modeling, and all sorts of other weird, nonsensical bullshit. If you want to check me out in different places, hit me out. Also, I will definitely be taking suggestions on what to add to this. Be it from, well, I've already been told throw bricks, shoot lightning, and add cheese to this fight. And I don't know what the fuck else this is gonna do, but hey, worst case scenario, it just gets fucking weird. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, chill, vibe, and just overall do cool shit. I hope you're doing well. I hope all of you do well. Is that enough to say? Enough to speak? Who cares? Have a lovely time. Goodbye. Relax. Oh, like me if you enjoyed, comment because you have something to say, and subscribe because you believe that I'm somebody who's worthy of subscription and somebody you want to come back around and support. Thank you. And I need those donations slash commissions mainly because I don't have a job currently at the moment because I've been substitute teaching and it's the summer. So, I got enough for June. Just gotta try to scrape up